in defense of India, to defend the inch of land of India, we stand as one, and we will stand as one. The Communist Party, the other parties, all of them, the CPI, CPM, all parties have one voice, and the government has a duty now to show the world and to India and to Japan that the whole parliament has one voice.
मैं झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा से सवाल है, ऐसे में हम सारे विपक्षी एकजुट हैं और हम चाहते हैं कि हम इसका बहिष्कार करें। हम सभी जवानों के साथ हैं और हमें बोलने नहीं दिया गया, इसीलिए हमने वॉकआउट किया है।
On behalf of our party, PCYM, we have joined this walkout only to protest the attitude of the chairman in conducting the procedure of the House. There is a statement by the Defense Minister. Statement is nothing new, but only reiteration the responsibility of the military of the country to defend our territory. That's not an issue. Issue was how could there be constant trouble, and what is the diplomatic role the government is playing to bring this trouble down so that the people of the country get assured of their peace. Without answering these things, they have just kept mum and ran away from the House, and the chairman also did not permit us to discuss, which is the ground of protest of all parties, that we need discussion, and discussion for the betterment of the country's defense.
हुआ हमने वॉकआउट किया है और इस तरीके की व्यापक चर्चा
Well, that was the first reaction also coming in from opposition leaders. In fact, Mallikarjun Kharge making several points over there, also stating that on one hand, that nobody was ready to hear them out in the parliament. And in fact, they also stated that diversion tactics by the centre and the Congress chief hitting out at the centre. And he also went on to state that even though they had several points to raise, nobody was willing to hear them out. This, of course, is after the fact that the defense minister had made a statement. This is the first reaction coming in from the opposition leaders. In fact, Mallikarjun Kharge had earlier also reacted on the matter. In fact, several opposition leaders, including OAC, where he also said, why is the centre silent and why is the country being kept in the dark when such incidents have transpired? On the other hand, Shashi Tharoor had also reacted earlier, saying that the House needs to be taken into confidence, and there is no political difference on this front, but answers are being demanded. Also to remember that all the opposition leaders have unanimously, and one statement that has been in chorus is that they stand united with the Jawans. For more on this, I'm joined in by my colleague Samya on the phone lines, who continues to track this particular story. Samya, this, of course, is the latest reaction that we have seen coming in from Mallikarjun Kharge. He also went on to make a particular point, stating that it is diversion tactics by the centre and nobody was ready to hear them in the parliament. Can you tell us more?
Well, absolutely. And a united opposition staged a walkout in both the houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, where they were upset about the fact that the defense minister had only placed on record a statement on the floor of the house, but none of the opposition party MPs were allowed to even interject or ask questions, which the government of the day should have idly taken and answered. This means that the parliament is in session. The winter session parliament is underway right now, and the questions pertaining to the Indo-China skirmish or the status at the LAC should be discussed bare on the floor of the House to satisfy the consciousness of the country, because everybody has got several questions about whether there have been bunkers or have they built any other settlement, or there has been any incursion that has been reported, because BJP's own MP Tape Gao had mentioned earlier in Lok Sabha that the Chinese had entered the border and they have managed to make settlements. So the BJP of the day has definitely been terming it to be a case where the opposition party, especially the Congress party, is politicizing the entire matter, because Rajiv Gandhi Foundation FCR is going to be coming up, and that's the reason why they're running away from a discussion on it. That is what the Home Minister Amit Shah made a statement a short while back in the Parliament had to say. But of course, Mallikarjun Kharge, Priyanka Chaturvedi, RJD's Manoj Jha, many of these leaders came together. Even former Home Minister P. Chidambaram also made a statement saying that the kind of statement that the defense minister made was all the information that was already available in the newspapers. So there was nothing new that the Defense Minister brought to the consciousness of the people in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And that's the reason why this entire standoff between the opposition party and the government has only snowballed here on. So we have to wait and see how this matter is going to pan out, because the House stood adjourned after many of the ruckus that took place in both the houses. And since then, we are waiting whether at all the opposition is going to join the business of the day today or not, because it's eventually the legislative business of the House that gets affected. But the opposition parties have been maintaining this is not just a small matter, this is a matter of grave concern. And irrespective of political parties and internal differences, all opposition party wants to band together and put their weight behind the government, because they have a lot of faith in the armed forces to chase away the Chinese from our border. But the government has to come clean on their foreign policies and diplomatic ties that they are sharing, and if there's any issue as such, because they feel that a lot could have been told by the Defense Minister, and that he did not allow any questioning or counter-questioning, and that is what irks the opposition MPs.
Right, Samya, as you're pointing out, they were expecting for probably a longer statement to be made by the Defense Minister, but you also tried getting in reactions from Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju as well earlier today. What are you hearing on that front in terms of the fact that this meeting was also called earlier today? What are there any several takeaways from that particular meeting that was held by the Defense Minister after this incident took place?
The opposition parties did try to mention that, they were expected a longer statement, a more detailed statement at that. But the government of the day and several of its ministers only maintain that they're going to abide by the statement that is going to be made by Rajnath Singh, the Defense Minister, in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. And there is no other details that